laying in my bed, ceiling gazing. Wide awake with jet lag from Australia. I got a stack of mail and a wedding invitation. From a new young relative I never even heard of. Stop looking at me. Got me thinking about my grandpa for some reason. I met him 6 or 7 times in a nursing home. Last time I saw him, he was in a cheap pine box. And they were lowering him in to the ground. St. Mary's Church stood so high. It was the first and the last time I saw my dad cry. The ground had a thin coat of snow. Wandered off in the cold. It's 3:47 a.m., June 13th. It's my sister's birthday today, I think. I'm gonna give her a call and see how she's doing. She's been through a rough divorce, I hope she's improving. I wanna reach out and give her my love. Put a smile on her face like when we were young. Listen to records we got from the library. Todd Rundgren's Hermit of Mancala, Jimi Hendrix, Midnight Lightning, and Hearts, Dreamboat Annie. She lives with her daughters all alone. Across the street from a cornfield in Ohio. One's 10, one's 14, and I love them so. I wanna live a long time and see them grow outside my window. Sausalito, twinkling lights. My love's beside me, deep asleep. Her dog is laid between my feet. Outside my window tonight, cargo ships are cruising by. And I'm so happy to be alive, to have these people in my life. Laying in my bed, ceiling gazing. Can't make my mind stop from racing. It's not good or bad, it's just how God made me. To lay awake at night, ceiling gazing. 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 Thank you, Bert. Thank you. Is that an animal or a child? What was that? Was it a dingo? What was the one with, what was her name, the actress? Meryl Streep. What was that? That was an Australian film, right? Where the dingo took her baby? Was that a dingo or a baby? Let's do My Love for You is Undying. Let's do that. Though the dead are decomposing, though my flesh and hair are thinning, though my eyesight is fading, though the planet is decaying, though the haters don't stop hating, though the Gulf Coast is flooding, though the news is always troubling, though the headlines are befuddling, though our time is disintegrating, though our days are dissipating, though my friends in San Francisco all keep moving, though the city keeps on changing, though the roses are dry, though the orchid petals are falling. My love for you is undying. 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 Watching a fight the other night on Valencia Street in the Mission District with you at the burger joint. A guy from Nebraska versus a guy from Namibia. A woman was outside on the curb crying. Two men were consoling her by her side. Two men were consoling her by her side. I walked out and asked if she was all right. They said, yeah, she's okay. Thanks for asking. Now go on and have a good night. I went and sang some songs at the chapel with some interesting other singers, like Black Dahlia from the Dwarves and the classic Bart Davenport. When I finished singing my songs, a girl approached me and said, hey. I said, you look familiar. How do I know you? She said, you don't know me. My name is Vivian, and I really enjoyed your singing. I said, thank you, and I shook her hand. She said, I've listened to your music more than I've ever slept. I had no reply to that. Then she nodded to her friend. Then I reached for your hand. Then she smiled and she left. My hardwood floors are getting more creaky. Though cats meow can get me shaking. Though I dehydrate quickly when I'm yard raking. Though I'm falling asleep less than I'm waking. Though my guitar tuners are oxidizing. Though with age I'm prioritizing my work, load, my socializing. What used to be so easy, I'm now realizing, is all getting so much more tiring. Though Floyd Mayweather keeps retiring, though my old lamps need rewiring, though my testosterone is expiring, though movie directors are no longer calling me that much anymore. My ears were ringing, so I went and met you for dinner at the Big Four. So we got up to leave. A woman said, hey, mister, you dropped your wallet on the floor. My jacket hit a glass. It fell to the floor and it crashed. And everybody looked at us startled as if our names were James and Bartle. I said, hey, it's a tight space in here, so spare me the pity coming from your face-lifted faces. This could have happened to each and every one of you, too. The waiter hurried over, and he said, we're gonna have to ask you leave, sir. I said, hey, I was leaving anyhow, and that's the last time you're ever gonna see a bad guy like me again, that's for sure. Thank you, Antonio, Montana, from a prison in Havana to a boat across the Atlantic to a mansion in Miami. Though these words may need refining, though I much prefer reclining backstage now, front autograph signing. Though I prefer infrequent flying, though for perfection I've stopped trying. My love for you is undying. 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 Summer staycation, we attended a relative's cremation. Her bereaved husband sat there trembling with his cane. Our hearts were broken. Her picture was so youthful and so beautiful. Everybody was mournful and tearful. Then his grandchildren walked him to the car. At the end of the lawn, flowers were waiting. Though so many there were grieving, there was no doubt and no denying of a love undying, of an undying love. Some may find my specified agonizing and trying, long-winded and unsatisfied. Others may find it hypnotizing, comforting and inspiring, relatable and consoling. I went to the bookstore the other day. The counter girl there was scratching her hand. She said that she thought that it was itchy because of all the cash that she'd been handling. I said it could be that, depending on where you've been. It also could be bed bug. And she looked at me with surprise and starstruck eyes. She asked, are you like the real, like the actual Mark Kozelek? I said, yes, I am that man. She said, oh my God, I'm a really, really, really big fan. Then she said, we should totally go to Nando's. I said, there's a Nando's in San Francisco. And she said, no, there's not a Nando's in San Francisco. And even if there was one, you're the last person I'd meet for dinner there anyhow. walked over to us and said, actually, there is a Nando's in San Francisco. He said, there's a Nando's in San Francisco on Geary and Masonic. And she said, well, like I said, I was kidding anyhow. And suddenly there was an awkward silence. At first I thought she was the nicest, then suddenly she seemed colder than ISIS. And this didn't sit well on my midlife crisis. And then her stupid boss came over and threw a wet blanket on all the nice vibes that we had created. He said, sir, can I ask you, are you even planning to buy a book? I said I was, but this bookstore of yours smells like an old barn full of Amish musty quilts. He said, that'll be enough of that offensive language, sir. I said, okay, but I came here very well intentioned until that mean-spirited counter girl of yours with the itchy hands totally hurt my feelings. He asked me what had she done that I found so demeaning. I said she engaged me and baited me, and then for no reason at all venomously stung me. He said, I think you might be overanalyzing, or that you're exaggerating, or bold-faced lying. I said, I'm not dramatizing, fictionalizing, or even slightly modifying. He said, sir, I think your brain needs rewiring. I said, I think the two of you are conspiring. Then they laughed and they looked down and started pecking at their phones. And I walked out the door on my way home. And as I walked along the road, my mind hypothesizing what could have went so wrong in this liberal vegan bookstore specializing in Charles fucking Bukowski, but doesn't carry the new Mike Tyson biography. Then a sort of happiness overcame me as I began realizing that for connection I'll never stop trying, even if it results in my eyes crying. When you stop worrying about these things, that's when you're dead inside. My heart was now reviving, my lips were now smiling. Then these words I began compiling, and a melody started forming. This is a song I heard the other morning in Sydney, and I was eating scrambled eggs and toast, and it was just nice. I was having some nice alone time in the morning on tour, and I heard this song. And of all things, I just mentioned Mike Tyson, and I remembered seeing Mike Tyson do a stand-up thing in San Francisco and Los Angeles, and he did a little bit of this song a cappella, and it was just so funny. And because, like, he can't sing at all, and it's a song that you really need to be able to sing to do. And I, personally, it's bold of me to even try to do this song. There's one part, you'll know when it comes, it's especially hard to do. It's called Lovin You. Let's try it. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful, and making love with you is all I wanna do. Loving you is more than just a dream come true, and everything that I do is out of love. No one. No one else can make me feel the colors that you bring. Stay with me while we grow old, and we will live each day in the springtime, 'cause loving you has made my life so beautiful. And every day of my life is filled with loving you. Loving you, I see your soul come shining through. And every time that I'm more in love with you. La 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 la. No one else can make me feel the colors that you bring. Stay with me while we grow old, and we will live each day in the springtime, 'cause loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. And every day of my life is filled with loving you. Loving you, I see your soul come shining. And every day that I'm more in love with you. La 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 la. All right, this is a song that I literally just wrote as the plane was landing from Sydney into Brisbane, which you know is already a short flight. So I wrote this as the plane was in its descent. And I had asked Ben to write some music to these words that I wrote. So we've never played this before live. There's no recording of it. There's no name for this song, but I don't know. You'll find out what it's about. And keep that kid quiet. Just kidding. Just kidding. What she said? It's a shout out, yeah. I like kids, it's cool. Not like Michael Jackson liked kids. I want to make that really fucking clear right now. Fuck that. Fuck that guy. Is that how it went? Yeah. Oh, I miss my lover and her fluffy cat, Leona, here in seat 12D on Virgin, Australia. On my way from Sydney to Brisbane, I miss my girlfriend on this little puddle jump airplane. There's some other women on the road who sometimes approach me, not that often, who are sometimes kind and treat me sweetly, not that often. We chat a bit, and then to my hotel I retreat. At this age I need to call the one I love, place I need my old man sleep. My lover is not only sweet, but our history is deep. She's had my back for 11 years. She knows all my demons and my deepest secrets. She forgives me for my occasional fuck-ups. She understands me. She is patient and kind. And with me, she always finds forgiveness. In my heart is her kind, loving heart. I think of her when I'm on stage and in my hotel when it's dark. I hug my pillow and wish that I was spooning her. She's come along with me on tour, but this road life ain't for her. As all professional musicians know, leave home at home. This ain't a vacation, it's work. Don't bring your lover along. I brought a girlfriend once here to Australia on that painfully long airplane. And no shit, she had a nervous breakdown right here in Brisbane. She said that she thought it would be like a vacation, but she ended up with the flu. She said all we're doing is eating Thai food. We're all the koala bears and the kangaroos. I said, baby, I don't think that the road is for you. When we get back, go back to work and let me handle this on my own. This is what I do. If you got no job on the road, it ain't no place for you. You'll be complaining left and right, because the attention won't be on you. You'll be waiting around for sound checks and eating falafel at 2 o'clock in the morning and having to witness bandmates arguing. Oh, I miss my lover and her fluffy cat, and the way I love her and the way she loves me back. I miss her surprising me with gifts. The last book she bought me was the Snowtown Murders. No shit. But right now I'm reading William Faulkner's Sanctuary. This Popeye character is so fucking scary. He exploits a sweet southern belle named Temple Drake. I'll read Snowtown Murders at some point, but from now, from these torture books, I'm gonna need a break. After this Faulkner book, I'm gonna read Cedar Valley by Holly Throsby. A book that she wrote and that she gave me yesterday. It's in my luggage bag, and when I open it, it says, "Please read me." I told the book, I'm gonna open you when I'm done reading about Popeye's brutality and Temple Drake's venality, the victimized sweetheart from the southern state of Mississippi. This song is going, I don't know, but my plane is landing now, and I gotta go. I gotta do a sound check for tonight's show at the old museum. I'm so tired, and I don't even know if I've played there before. I miss my girlfriend and I miss home. I miss her lips against mine on the cold San Francisco nights. I miss her waking me during my nightmares and saying, "Mark, it's gonna be alright." I miss my lover and I miss my home. But for now, the stage in Brisbane is my home. So thank you for coming here tonight and making us feel at home. Thank you for coming to hear my sometimes fast and sometimes slow poetry and prose and some type of lyricism full of banality and the mundane and full of optimism and cynicism. My hope is that somewhere between the lines there is some wisdom. If there is, I'm open to praise. And if there's not, I'm also open to criticism. Thank you, Brisbane, for coming to the show. It's how I afford these alligator skin shoes and paying bills at my home. It's how I take my girlfriend to her favorite restaurants in San Francisco. It's how I afford Showtime, ESPN, and HBO. In fact, I was with my girlfriend when Pacquiao fought Brisbane's Jeff Horn. She sat through all 12 rounds and said this Battle of Brisbane is a fucking bore. And that's how you know for sure that your lover loves you, when she can watch a fight like that so patiently beside you. I miss her lotiony smooth skin and her sensual fragrance. I miss the tranquility she instills in me and her radiance. I miss her tolerance from my singular artistic life, with always being away and her patience. I miss my lover and her cat, and I miss home. But thank you, Brisbane, for inviting me here and making us feel at home. Thank you for sitting out there in those folding plastic chairs. Thank you, Sandra, Mel, Bruce, and Tim for being here. And setting it all up so we could all be joined here together. Thank you for making us feel at home. I got a lot of love for all Australians, even Jeff Horn. But I like Costa Zoo even more. I got a lot of love for Australians, Jim White, Nick Cave, Nicole Kidman, and Noah Taylor. Thank you for being here, Brisbane, Australia. Oh, thank you. I wish we would have got that one right because it won't go over well when we're in Auckland, New Zealand tomorrow. But there was a part that was really good where I rhymed Costa Zoo with knocking out Zab Judah in round 2, but I messed that one up. Ben Boy on piano, everybody. Ben Boy. Ben is the reason all this is happening because my shoulders, my wrists, and everything. I'm 52 years old now. I'm playing guitar. It's causing me problems. It's causing me arthritis type of stuff. It's just nice to have a friend along who plays piano so beautifully. Thank you for being here, Ben. I remember a girl from Tallahassee. She was 21 and beautiful and sweet. And she took me to Jim Morrison's old house near Florida State University, where we went into the dark, dank basement. There was an old chandelier covered in dust and rust. It was not then, but later, that we finally touched. Best to leave her reaching for crystal, picture untouched. So yeah, we each pulled a crystal from the chandelier. We both said we saved them for the rest of our lives as a souvenir to remember our moment, our mutual love for the doors. I'll need a home for that crystal in 100 years. It's somewhere in my half-century's worth of sentimentals. I must find it and take stock of my guitars and all their serial numbers, and organize my boxes of my Christmas cards and photos. I got trunks worth that'll eventually have to go to the Kozelek Museum. It's to the Kozelek Museum. I just need to find the right location, cause home for me has been so many places. It's been station to station, street to street, bed to bed, town to town. My home is many places, my feet covered many miles and miles of the ground. Not sure where the museum is gonna be. Maybe it'll be a chain all around the nation. You are home, as Penny Lane said to William on the tour bus in Almost Famous. And I dreamed I saw you one night in Boise, Idaho. You were a very different girl than the girl I used to know. There was a darkness that had fallen upon you, a nervous twitch, and your breasts were so much bigger, and your back was covered in tattoos. You were not 21 anymore. You had lived a hard life, and your eyes, it showed. Your lipstick was thick. Your remarks to me had a wicked sting, as if some Las Vegas pimp had taken you under his wing. I didn't dare ask what you did for a living, but my heart was broken thinking about all the possibilities. What was the turning point? What was it that could have happened to your warm, loving heart? And I thought back to your young 21-year-old fingers and how you said, oh my God, I just fucked my favorite lead singer. And that innocent memory of you and I still lingers. But in my dream, something had possessed you. Your soul had gotten so hard. It is your rite of passage, I said to you in a dream. It's your rite of passage, I said to you. Finish the boat, the road to Los Angeles, just as my flight landed in SFO from Los Angeles. Reminded me of when I was living in Ohio in my teens, working humiliating jobs that I knew were beneath me, when no one in the neighborhood much believed in me. Sure you're gonna make it singing in a band, Mark? Yeah, sure thing. Sure you're gonna make it doing the California musician thing? Sure you're gonna make it singing for a living, Mark? Sure thing. Woke up to the smell of smoke from the Sonoma fires. I gotta get up there and play a benefit to raise some money and inspire. I saw Ariel Pink last night. I said, how you doing, my brother? His voice sounded shot. He seemed to be on another planet. I could feel his tension backstage. There was something wrong in his eyes. He's my brother in music, and I told him, Ariel, it's gonna be okay. Ariel Pink ain't your run-of-the-mill indie rock. If it was 1975, he'd be a household name, and he and I would be neck and neck. He'd be David Bowie famous, and I'd be Neil Young famous, selling out arenas. But that ain't the case backstage here in 2017 with our crystal geysers and oranginas. He's a Spotify king. His biggest song is called Another Weekend. And I'm on Spotify too. My biggest song is Chili Lemon Peanuts. Next time I see Ariel, will probably be some indie rock festival in Europe at some cafeteria near porta potties that reek of diarrhea. And while all of the other indie rockers are on stage doing their most to keep their fans snoring, nobody can accuse me or Ariel Pink of ever being boring. Forgot to mention she was married, and God's voice came into the night and said, you're going to be punished for this sinner. I said, I don't believe in you, God. I never did. Not even maybe. I'm a singer in a band. She was a beautiful young lady. And God said, I am real, and you're gonna be punished for this, sinner. I replied, even if I am, it was worth it to feel the touch of her fingers. And I told her God came to me in the night and said that we'd burn in hell before she broke her vows. She said, well, I don't believe in God or my marriage much anyhow. That's me on guitar, Steve Howe style. I'm in the 7th grade listening to the S album. I love you, Steve Howe. You inspired me, like how I hopefully inspire others. I got a Gibson ES 175 Sunburst, just like yours, down to the very year. Actually, that's a lie. It's a 1966, but I wish it was a 1964, like yours. One day I hope it'll be hanging in the Kozelek Museum, and maybe that crystal I took from Jim Morrison's chandelier, maybe postcards I've sent to my father from around the globe. Just gotta find a spot near my home or one of my other homes far away from home. Maybe Sweden as I believed I lived there in another life. Maybe further up the Northern California coast as my happiest memories are fishing there. Maybe my birthplace, Masson, Ohio, that's where it all began. I don't know. My guess is right here in San Francisco, if my legacy can afford it. a.m., 10/27, 2017. Telegraph Hill, meeting Jack and Nathan at Trieste, 11:30. Gonna sing the above to a piece of music today. I'll see if it fits. To quote Tony Montana, I've been quoting him a lot lately. I don't know why, but the line in Scarface when he says, then you're 50. You need a bra, you got a bag for a belly, never resonated until I turned 50. Anyhow, I dreamed last night that I was in a war in the Philippines that may have been inspired from the photo I saw of Flash Lorde at the boxing gym yesterday. That in the movie Hacksaw Ridge that I watched with Caroline last night beside her in her bed. I didn't pay attention to the movie and I said, all war movies look the same. But really I've been thinking about all my things this year and wondering what will become of them when I'm no longer living. I'll need to take steps for this inevitable thing. Like Jack Dempsey from Colorado, I wanna be like him. I'd like to leave a few things of mine behind for the Kozelek Museum. I wake up half the time, I don't know where I am. For 5 minutes I think, what country, what hotel, what city am I in? For 5 minutes I think, is that a wild animal scratching around next to my bed? Is that a large rat, a raccoon, or a squirrel, or a dingo that broke in? I stumble around the room, touching the walls, feeling around. And I feel until I find a light switch and I turn it on. I recognize my cat, there's a beautiful woman laying in my bed. It is you, my head is now clear. Oh wait, I thought it was clear, but I'm actually all alone. There's a bunch of guitars and recording gear in here. Now I realize I'm in a hotel room in San Francisco. I stayed here with a girl when she was on tour long before. That night with her is all I remember about this place from long before. My engineer is limping around because he messed his knee up in a mosh pit the night before. He's blaming it on me because I wouldn't let him come over and watch the Mayweather-McGregor fight at my apartment. I told him, my God, man, my girlfriend's here. It's our last night together before the recording sessions. The carpet is gold, the walls are yellow, and the curtains are pink. The carpet is gold, the walls are yellow, and the curtains are pink. The carpet is gold, the walls are yellow, and the curtains are pink. The carpet is gold, the walls are yellow, and the curtains are pink. Back from Ireland, I'm totally stoned on jet lag permanently. My clock is different from day to day and will be for the duration of my life. Lately I go to bed about 4 o'clock in the morning, wake up at about 4 p.m. It's dark in New Orleans by 5. I walk across Coliseum Square. I get an iced tea at Mojo on Magazine and I just sit there for a bit, and then I come back and from my window I look at the Pontchartrain Hotel. Sign lit up like it always is, neon green. And I just finished the book by John Connolly Hee. I got choked up at the end like I did the end of his other book, The Book of Lost Things. At the end, when Stan Laurel hears the Pacific Ocean waves crashing, his mind, it makes him think of his past with Oliver Hardy and the audience clapping. And I'm listening to Nels Klein Lovers. I'm watching news about mudslides and snowstorms and other bothers, like people pointing fingers and saying somebody did something wrong. People pointing fingers and saying somebody did something wrong. Next week, somebody's pointing fingers and saying I was wrong. I don't like the news anymore, so I pick up my remote control and I shut it off. I'm falling asleep and I'm in a dream state. I'm back in San Francisco. It's just an earthquake that I'm feeling. My guitars are falling all over the place. My floors are rising to the ceiling. As they're rising to the ceiling, my heart is pounding faster and faster. I run to the kitchen, grab some fruit from a fruit bowl before I exit my apartment fast. Before I exit my apartment fast, I hear the cable car coming from the cable car track. The oranges are yellow, the lemons are green, and the cable car goes vroom vroom. The oranges are yellow, the lemons are green, and the cable car goes vroom vroom. The oranges are yellow, the lemons are green, and the cable car goes vroom vroom. The oranges are yellow, the lemons are green, and the cable car goes vroom vroom. So I walk into the pet store and a girl said, Mark, do you have pets? I said, yeah, I do. She said, what kind of pets? And I said, well, take a guess. And she guesses and she guesses, and I said, guess what? You're wrong. I have very unique pets. She said, how are they so different? I said, let me show you a videotape of them. So I showed her the video, and her eyes bulged out all frightened, like Mia Farrow's eyes in Rosemary's Baby when she was being fucked by Satan. My kitty cat my puppy dog goes meow. My kitty cat barks, my duck goes, and my puppy dog goes meow. My kitty cat, woo! My duck goes, and my puppy dog goes meow. My kitty cat barks, my duck goes quack, and my puppy dog goes meow. A friend of mine said, Mark, I know you're leaving tomorrow. Don't you have a child to look after? I said, yeah, he's a smart kid. When he grows up, he said he wants to be a movie director or an actor. Steve Railsback is his favorite actor in the world. We watch his movies together. My son's favorite movies are Ed Gein, The Devil's Rejects, and Helter Skelter. My friend said, who's your babysitter? I said, don't worry about it. That's my business. He's my neighbor. And I said, my taxi just arrived. Gotta go. Talk to you later. Alligator. I got a babysitter coming to live at 666 Post in my neighbor's son. I got a babysitter coming to live at 666 Post in my neighbor's son. I got a babysitter coming to live at 666 Post in my neighbor's street. I got a babysitter coming to live at 666 Post in my neighbor's street. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing. What song, if you had a choice of a song, that since you had the guts to come sit in this chair in front of me, which one? Oh, really? Fuck. That's not on the list. He likes Sublime. I like that one too. What would be your next choice? That's not on the list. He's talking about Sublime. It's a song on my solo record. It's about a bunch of things, but it references the singer of Sublime who passed away. What would be your second choice? That I probably won't play, but just go ahead and say it. I just feel like talking to somebody. I'm lonely. This is my dinner? Whoa. I guess I'm on the spot. That is the song that we are capable of doing. All right, let's do it. Let's do that for him. What's your name? Alex. All right, thanks for requesting that. He requested kind of a strange song to request because it's very much not in context with anything that has anything to do with this concert or this show or you people as a people. The song is about my deep love for the country of Norway. It's about my very, very deep love for the country of Norway. And it's the title track from my last, not my last record, I mixed one of my fucking records, I can't remember. It's a record I put out last year in November. It was written in the November before that on tour, just like that song that we sang tonight about, whatever it's called, Brisbane Love Song or something. But all these songs were written in the same way, like on airplanes and trains backstage, and Ben and other guys would write the music, and I'd write the words right there at the sound check. We'd perform, and then we made them into an album. The album's called This Is My Dinner. This is the title track, all the references. There's nothing about dingoes. There's nothing about Chopper. There's nothing that Wolf Creek, there's just nothing, there's no references that you guys will know. Okay, let's do, I'll just shut up and play this song. Thanks for requesting this. This is gonna go over great. Thank you. It's gonna be so good. Man. Thanks a lot. Here we go. Arrived late last night to the dark city of Oslo. Along the highway to the hotel band, pointed out the snow. I stepped outside, the cold air pinched my nose. I recalled the many times I've come here before to play shows in Oslo. And in all those times, there have been so many positive associations. Even played in the So What Club with my old band, Red House Painter. My times playing here solo acoustic. There was always a tall red-headed guy following me around Norway, ending up in my front row, bothering me, the king of convenience. I remember taking off from the venue with a blonde. Her boyfriend came knocking on the back door, clearly out for my blood. She sent me out the front door fast. I went running down its cold Norwegian streets, watching over my shoulder. My heart was pounding fast. I was worried for my life. And I was young and I was single, and I don't have any regrets about it. When you're in your 20s, in my opinion, promiscuity shouldn't be off limits. In fact, I don't even know what her boyfriend's problem even was. It's not like anything threatening was going on. She was just jerking me off while I watched her suck my thumb. He wanted to hear it, sorry. You're sick. The most memorable drive I ever had in my life was going from Bergen to Oslo. There were no signs of life, now and then just a single bird or a boat. And the ominous silver black mountains off in the distance along the water. And in that moment, I knew why Norway had the market on black metal. Pretty sure the horror movie Trolls was filmed in that area from what I can remember. But its scenic beauty could never be captured in picture. Every time I played in Norway, it's been a special time. I played all the cities in Norway, not just Bergen and Oslo, but also Trondheim. Actually, there are a few Norwegian cities I don't like at all, if you allow me to be candor. Like the city of Tonsberg and the city of Stavanger. Too many dudes with their eyes glued to their phones. I remember explaining the importance of relationships to them, but it seemed very low on their priority list. My worst memory of Norway was playing a festival in Gesk. I got a call that my cat lost her ability to walk and that she was very sick. And I love my cat more than anything in the world. She shared my bed with me for 16 years. She was my little baby girl. So I booked a flight out of the island of Gex, in hopes of getting home so I could see my kitty cat before she took her last breath. The whole thing was so upsetting and the anxiety was building up on a plane. I kept writing in my journal, Pink, please don't die on me, Pink, please don't die on me, Pink, please don't die on me, Pink, please don't. Please don't die on me when I'm up here in the sky. I'll hate myself forever if I cannot kiss you goodbye. But she waited for me, and when I got to my house, she was laying there, barely alive, on the couch. I told her how much she meant to me and all the joy that she had given me. If there is a God up there, I prayed to him in that moment that she could hear me. Before, of course, how could I forget my visits to dreamlike Allison? Now and then a fan asks me, Mark, who's the girl in that song? She knows who she is, and to reveal her name would spoil it. Leave a song alone, don't ever ask questions about it. Leave a song alone, make your own connections with it. Leave a song alone, don't ever try to overanalyze it. Leave songs alone, don't dissect them like they're dead frogs. Leave songs alone. Got a lot of friends in Norway, and I gotta say my heart was broken when I heard about the guy who bombed Oslo and killed all the little children on their summer vacation. People in America complained that his sentence was too light. But this shit happens every week in my country, so your country is obviously doing something right. I hate to bring this subject up because it causes my stomach to get sick and uptight. My point is that Norway is peaceful and they're doing something right. I love so many things about Norway, like how they do Christmas right. A candelabra in the window, it's subtle and warm at night. When I tell Scandinavians how good they got it, they just roll their eyes and say, oh, but it gets so dark here through the winters, and the winters are very long, and it gets very depressive. And I say, you mean depressing? That was supposed to be funny, but it wasn't. Now and then that happens. I got no references for Australia in this song tonight. That's not a knife, this is a knife. I'm gonna tell you something, Norway, and this is no lie. I've traveled around the world, and Norwegians have the most beautiful eyes. Sorry. The only things I know in this world that have more beautiful eyes than you are my girlfriend Caroline, my precious little cat. Her eyes were ocean green blue. I miss her to death, but I want to thank promoter Bernd Jacobs, my friend from Norway. He's a very caring and thoughtful and loving person. He's the one who arranged a flight to San Francisco for me out of the island of Guest, so I could get home and see my cat and give her one last kiss. And I even remember the time that I played this exact same Norwegian venue. The guy in the back got up and shouted, Mark, I have something to tell you. I said, okay, what is it? And he yelled, I hate your fucking guts! And he rushed off like a little bitch in a huff. I said, I hope when you cross the street, you get hit by a bus. But you gotta understand, he insulted me first, and on tour, I don't sleep too much. You gotta understand what I said, that was not me. We all have bad moments, and that guy was sniffing glue, and I was high on sleep deprivation. Anyhow, Norway, I love you, and that's no lie. I Of all the countries I've played, yours is definitely the most organized. And the fjords are beautiful, and the salmon melts in your mouth. And the girls are stunning, even the three I met in Staffing are down south. There's one I'll never forget, how can I not remember? She showed me a candy bar and said, I'm so fucking broke, this is my dinner. If you'd like, I can give you a few hundred of my Norwegian kroner. She said, ethically, I couldn't take your money, Mark. I'm your promoter. And that was the last time that I ever saw her. My favorite memory of Norway was playing the garage in Bergen. There was an old man running the place named Dennis, and he and I got to talking. He had a contagious smile, and we shared a bottle of sparkling water and a loaf of bread. It really wasn't much of a conversation, it was more like a one-sided monologue from Dennis. And I listened very closely, because Dennis was older and wiser than me. I believe his last name is Rexton. He doesn't have Facebook, and neither do I. So if you see him, please tell him Mark Kozelek said hi, and God bless him. Anyhow, thank you, Oslo, Norway, for coming out tonight. Anyhow, thank you, Brisbane, Australia, for coming out tonight. Singing songs for you, this is what I dreamed about all my life. Thank you, baby. Ah, Brisbane, I'm having a nice time. I feel really relaxed. I'm fucking tired as fuck. I'm tired as fuck. When I'm tired, but tonight all the elements are there, all the stars are aligned. I feel good, I feel happy. Don't request any more weird songs. That was a weird one. Don't request the weird stuff tonight, come on. Let's go back in time a little bit to 2014. Just a normal, like, John Denver style, fucking boring song. So let's play a normal structured song. A nice little normal structured song that I wrote in 2014. Here we go. Truck drive. My uncle died in a fire on his birthday. Redneck that he was, burning trash in the yard one day. And onto the pile he threw an aerosol can of spray. And that's how he died in the fire that day. Before he retired, he was a truck driver. He'd be gone through the winters and all through the summer. In the winters, us kids would order Domino's pizza and watch Happy Days. And in the summer, we'd gig frogs at the pond and fry up their legs. My aunt still lives there, out in Ohio. I visit her at the nursing home. She makes me smile. We talk about the story of when I was young, getting stung by a hornet. She caressed my foot, rubbed baking powder on it. I was probably 5 at their home in Navarre. My cousin's friend was in the yard playing her guitar. We all gathered round, listened to her play and listened to her sing. And I fell into a trance and knew that one day I'd do the same thing. My uncle died in a fire on his birthday, out by the barn, his old collection of cars. Third-degree burns, a charred-up shovel near his hand. My uncle died, a respected man. Flew out there, I went to his funeral. It was storming in Ohio, the sky was deep purple. Babies were crying, Kentucky fried chicken was served. And that's how we would have wanted it, I'm sure. After the funeral out there in Navarre, they all gathered round when I picked up a guitar. They fell into a trance as I sang and I played, and outside the frogs croaked and the manises prayed. Room 104, Hotel Grand Bilbao. Underneath my room sounds like bowling balls rolling around. Sounds like dim sum trays being pushed around. Now I'm eating on Mondays at 6:30 a.m. From a vending machine I found all these sounds, I just can't block out the sound. Spain set the clock back an hour, but it's yesterday's time on TV. Went to the breakfast area at what I thought was 7:30. Desk guy says, "Sir, Edie's now 6:30. I said, "I know, but my stomach is hungry." He says, "Sir, breakfast is not until 8:30. I was sleeping until these mysterious sounds woke me. I was exploring, there's a gymnasium down the hall from me. The maids' closets are on the same floor as me, and underneath me is just a hotel lobby as far as I can see. Spanish hotels are so echoey. 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 I was in Cadiz once playing my guitar in my room, feeling so lonely. And as I was checking out, a couple walked up to me. They said, "Oh, you're the guitar players. You sounded so beautiful." I said, "Where's your room?" They said, "7 floors above you." Spanish hotels are so echoey. 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 Last night was our last concert. The room was like an airplane hangar. Our sound was bouncing around the room, boomeranging. I was telling jokes that were not landing. My references and my narratives were completely lost on them. Wasn't shooting fish in a barrel like when I'm in Philly, New York, or Boston. But it doesn't matter, I'm gonna tell you a secret if you'd like to know, honey. Bands don't play festivals for the fans. We do it for the money. We keep our expectations low. But there was a man there who seemed to understand me. It was Steve Malcolmus. He said, "Wow, I love how you just let it all flow out of you, and how you cleverly drop Kurt Weill's name. And how you pointed out how Kurt left a band that sounds like Dire Straits in your own very Mark Kozelek-y way. And how you were going on and on and on about Neil Cassidy." I said, "Thanks, Stephen, but I think that you mean John Fonte." He said, "Whatever it was just so you, and it was so funny." My friend Ezekiel said he also loved the song I wrote about 1983. But that it got lost in translation with the Spaniards. But he said, "The song makes so much sense to me." He went on to say the song was so powerful and poignant. Then he told me about his recently broken up relationship. And he talked about the failing health of his 83-year-old mother. And I talked about my 85-year-old dad who is now on life alert. And some sadness regarding others. We talked about being middle-aged and how much it hurts to see our aging fathers and mothers. But hey, I said, "You're my friend, and you're mine, and friends are important, and we've got each other." And 2 kids walked up to me and asked me a question. They said, "Mark, what would you recommend to 2 kids suffering with depression?" I dropped my bags and I stopped and I talked to them. I asked their ages. They said 20 and 21. I said, "I'm not exactly a poster boy for happiness, but here's what I recommend. Surround yourselves with those who you love. Stay away from alcohol and Oxycontin and other drugs. Stay off the internet, it is miasmic, online chattel, cyberspace nonsense. Do not engage in arguments with morons and idiots. Spend your time productively and focus on what matters. Settle your issues with your friends in face-to-face settings. Pursue art, pursue your dreams. Do not let anything stop you. Do not bond with people over things that deep down are not you. So you be your own woman and you be your own man." I was your age once too. It's a scary thing to leave home and to be on your own, not knowing what exactly road to get on. I had a lot of fear and depression when I was your age too, but I found something I believed in, though I had no believers. I threw myself into the ocean of art, without a life preserver. I said, you're wonderful people, so believe in yourselves. It's an awkward time, but have faith that you will find yourself. Eat right, stay away from Coca-Cola, drink a lot of water. I said, speaking of health, I gotta join my friends for dinner. It's been nice talking. Watched the last 10 minutes of Stephen Malcolm's. We were humbled because somehow he sounded so much better than the rest of us. I told him I like your looseness, I like how you play your guitar without a strap. Afterwards we came back to the hotel and we had some laughs. People asked Stephen how he knew me. He said, Red House Painters, duh. Stephen is sharp, he has encyclopedic knowledge of music and art. It was late, I said, hey, I'm gonna go upstairs and get some sleep. And I shook some hands and I shared some hearts. As I was walking to the elevator, I saw Jose Gonzalez and I asked him, hey, how was your show? He said, it went great. I said, well, not for some of us. I was hoping you could join us at the table over at the bar so we could all commiserate. He said, I'd love to join you, but I have to check in on my wife and child. It's late. I said, your wife and child, how old are you now? And he said, 40. I said, man, the first time we met was in Gothenburg, Sweden. You were only 16. And here we are now, after all these years, living our lifelong dreams. I said, it's nice to run into you from time to time at these music festivals, Jose. He said, agreed. It was a pleasure to see you, Mark, here in Bilbao, Spain. Came back to my room and my mind was racing in the dark. Went to bed thinking about Pavement in the 90s, thinking about Mojave 3. In the 90s, thinking about meeting Jose Gonzalez. In the 90s, thinking of Ezekiel and Paz back in the 90s. And here we are, all still in business and surviving. And as I'm writing this, my stomach won't stop growling. I got the day off tomorrow, so for me, no complaining. Petra just called and asked if I could send her some words. I said, I'm pretty wiped out right now, but here's some for whatever there were. I said, there's some words I just wrote here in Bilbao, Spain, on a few hours of sleep, but it's what's in my heart and what's in my soul and what's racing around my brain. And I'm looking forward to this day off alone tomorrow and some downtime. No sound check, no ironing, no set list and no show. And the rain has just started pouring on this dark, cold Basque country morning. And below me the bowling balls started rolling. And through the echoey walls I heard water running. On 10 minutes the breakfast room will be ready. I'll get a chance to see the breakfast room finally. Can't fall asleep when I'm feeling this hungry. Threw on some slippers and jeans and my shirt that smells like an ashtray. Walked to the breakfast room and had some jamon serrano and tortilla and black tea. Spoons, forks, knives, plates, pots, pans, chafing dishes, glasses, teacups, dish caddies. Just figured out where the noise was coming from below me. Went back to bed thinking about 20 years ago when a woman in Sevilla, Spain approached me and said, Mark, I liked your show. We went back to my room and the bed was rickety. We were conscious of the neighbors, but still the bed was squeaky and creaky. The front desk guy knocked and said, "Sir, we are getting complaints." I said, "We are doing what lovers naturally do, so what is your point?" He said, "Sir, you must understand the floors are tiled and the sounds carry easily." I said, "So put some fucking rugs on the floor so lovers can be lovely." It's not my fault that Spanish hotels are so echoey. 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 No, I'm not gonna do that. In the morning, I went to the breakfast area in Genk. Jet lagged at 6:30 in the morning. The woman said, "Hey, I'm not open yet." We got to talk and she said, "Excuse me, sir, but you look very tired." I said, "Because I stay up late all night, not because I snort cocaine or anything. It's just the way my internal clock is constantly being rewired." She said, "Where you from?" I said, "The USA." She started laughing. I said, "Hey, why are you laughing at me?" She said, "I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the country from where you came." She said, "I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the country from where you came." She said, "I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the country from where you came." She said, "I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at your country." People ask me in my country, what does the rest of the world think of the USA? It's the same thing that they always did. They think that we're stupid, unstable, and insane. Goes back to Columbine and Reagan and Nixon and Vietnam and George Bush and the shock and awe campaign. It's always been the same. Since the first time I ever boarded a plane to get across an ocean, they think our country is insane. They look at me crooked when I'm in Finland, Iceland, Portugal, Norway, and Spain. Americans ask, "Really? They always thought that way of us?" Sitting there holding their plastic big gulps. I said, "Yeah, they think we're a bunch of uneducated, Mountain Dew drinking, fast food eating dumbasses." But once I said to a promoter, "You imported me, right? So we're responsible for a couple of beautiful things." He said, "Yeah, but you guys shot John F. Kennedy and you shot Martin Luther King." I said, "You're right. And one day of this conversation, I'm gonna sing. And by the way, we're responsible for Bob Dylan and Lou Reed. Who are you responsible for? Sting?" He said, "Yeah, we also exported Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, David Bowie, and the Beatles." I said, "You got me there, I give up. We're responsible for Michael Jackson, Steely Dan, and the Eagles." "You better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone." Bob Dylan said that. "For the loser now will be later to win." Bob Dylan said that. "Don't criticize what you can't understand." Bob can't culture, let's rise above, let's come together and show each other love. I said that. I love you all, love you all, love you all, I love you too. Ghost girl in the elevator, hearing voices in the hall. I said that. If you see somebody hungry and starving in the gutter, hold them and feed them and tell them that you love them, for they are your sister and your brother. I said that. I went to the breakfast room the next day very well rested. I asked her, how do I look today? And she studied my eyes closely as she were a doctor and I was being tested. She said, it looks like you slept too much and this is also not healthy. I said, where are you from? She said, Romania. I said, what part? She said, Transylvania. I said, what brings you here to Genk, Belgium? She said, my husband is Italian and my son is 3. Why? What is this? Are you interviewing me? I said, no, I'm just wondering how somebody ends up in Genk, Belgium from Transylvania. She said, well, you're here. Where did you say you're from exactly? I said, the state where the kids at Kent State were killed. It's west of Pennsylvania. She said, do you mind if I tell you something? I said, what? She said, you show signs of megalomania. I said, oh, I don't mind. I hear it all the time. But could I please sit down now? It's 6:59. She said, okay, what can I get you? I said, nothing. I still got my bottle of water from the plane. I flew over on Lufthansa. She said, yeah, I drink lots of water. We talked about the heat. We talked about the August heat and the European heat wave. I said every time I play Belgium in the summer, it's always pissing rain. She said, yeah, and this is the worst heat wave we've had since 1978. I said, yeah, my hotel has no air conditioning. And she said, you poor thing. Played our festival in Genk and I bought a beautiful blue Telecaster. I asked the guy who owned it, can I ask you a question? He said, sure, Mark, ask me anything you want and I'll give you an answer. I said, this is the nicest Telecaster I've ever played in my life. Is there any chance I can buy it from you? He said, well, this is your answer. I can't sell it to you. It was my father's and he passed it on to me before he died of bone cancer. I left the hotel at 1 o'clock in the morning and all the street fair stands were closing. There was a group of Flemish people standing around a guy who was barbecuing something. Something that looked and smelled so good I don't have to open my mouth. For Europeans to know I'm American, my belly gives it away, and so do my baggy clothes. It doesn't matter the size or shape of European people, they always wear very, 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 very tight clothes. Anyhow, I asked this group of people huddled around the barbecue guy, how do I order? The barbecue guy laughed at me and pointed to 3 ladies in aprons standing on the street corner. One of them said, how many do you want? Heat is closing. I said 6, and everybody laughed, and one of the ladies said, you can only have 4, holding 4 fingers up to my face. So I went and stood with the people, and the cook looked at me twice and said 2 things in Flemish that had everybody there busting up laughing. My guess is that he said, stupid American. My guess is that he said, "Stupid America." Even if they were laughing at my expense, I didn't care, and I laughed along with them. The USA is a laughter, right? Okay, I was too tired to defend where I live. My country is a laughing again. I was too tired to defend where I live. I mean, what did we invent anyhow? Twitter, MySpace, OkCupid. No wonder everybody in the rest of the world thinks we're all so fucking stupid. I mean, Buffalo invented buffalo wings, and to me that's a pretty cool thing. But at a certain point, buffalo wings are heart attack makers. So this is true. Buffalo had to invent another thing that's called the pacemaker. What a wonderful contribution to our world. Kids are committing suicide every day because they're being cyberbullied thanks to inventions created by nerds. Trump is rallying troops via an invention created by nerds. Oh, let me guess, when you listen to music, these are not the kind of words you want to listen to. You'd rather listen to 8 Miles High by the Birds. You're tired of listening to music, you'd rather binge out on some TV series or another. There's so many networks now, it's all a blur. Amazon, Netflix, iTunes, HBO, Showtime, Hulu. I ain't pointing fingers at anybody. I watch Finding Joseph too. Motu Plus is my friend, so I watch Creep 1 and I watch Creep 2. I need to know I'm loved far beyond coffee in the morning and a favorite meal. I need eyes looking at me if there is nobody left on this earth. James Kavanaugh said that. I love America more than any other country in this world. And exactly for this reason, I insist on the right to criticize it perpetually. James Baldwin said that. I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you all to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. Bill Clinton said that. When Donald Trump becomes president, blame it on Facebook, reality TV, and Twitter, and Google, and video games, and everything that has turned my country into a bunch of dumbed-down slaves to technology. I said that. It was so fucking hot out. Maybe they were laughing at my coat. I always put one on at night. If you lived in San Francisco for over 30 years, that would be your natural impulse too. So I asked the people around me, what's he barbecuing anyhow? Somebody said, lamb. When he divided it all up at the end, he was giving the Flemish people theirs first. And after they all walked away, I was given the very last 4 pieces. I was standing there by myself, and I thought, well, this is a pretty transparent fuck you. But one of the ladies in the apron said to me as I was walking off, the last pieces are the best ones. Those are for good luck. Best lamb I ever tasted. It must have been the salt. At the time he was cooking, I thought, holy fuck, this Flemish guy's putting a lot of salt on this lamb. But it must have been the type of salt that gave the lamb the very nice flavor, savory flavor that it had. I'm Back in San Francisco, and my bed feels so cozy. Foghorns sound beautiful at night, and I'm reading Crocodile by Dostoevsky. A guy named Marvin crawls into the crocodile's belly. He prefers life inside the crocodile's belly, and so does his best friend, who's got his eyes on Ivan's lady. Now it's daytime, drunk people walk around my neighborhood, and it's 12 noon. I said, Nathan, something strange is going on. Where are these people coming from? He said, I think they're here for the Outside Lands Music Festival. I said, that's going on? Who's playing? He said, Janet Jackson, The Weeknd, and Chromeo. I said, well, we're definitely going to be skipping that. Let's get to work. Thank you. Tonight I'm turning in pretty beat. I'm getting notices that my flight to San Francisco might be canceled from New Orleans due to unusually cold weather in the southeast. There was a light rain coming down as I walked down Britannia Street tonight. The air never felt so chilly. If my flight is canceled tonight, I hope to get to stay another day. I hope to see my favorite three New Orleans strays: biscuit and cream puff and angry face. I saw angry face today, and my gosh, she came towards me from the porch at an unusually fast pace. Angry face came towards me from the porch of the house. Who gives her scraps? I let her warm up to me. She kept rubbing her short hair, great body against my black jeans. I said goodbye, see you next time I'm in New Orleans. And I went to the cafe across from the guest house like I do every day. When I walked back, I saw a cream puff dragging a Popeyes box across a parking lot. I told her when I leave tomorrow that I'm gonna miss her a lot. And I told her to give biscuit a kiss from me. I'm gonna miss that little biscuit. I'm sad I didn't get to see her today. I took a hot tub today at the sauna and hit the punching bag at the gym to sweat out all the crud that's been building up in my system. From the gumbo and the dirty rice and all the turtle soup and the rich food down here that I'm addicted to. As I got out of the hot tub, the air was so cold, I thought about getting back home to you. And when I went to bed, I turned on the TV and I cried during the middle of Wall Street. The touching bedside scene with Martin and Charlie Sheen. When Martin had a heart attack and they were both sitting there crying, and Charlie said, I know I never told you this before, Dad, but I love you. Yeah, I love my dad. Yeah, I love my dad. And that scene in Wall Street touched on my worst fear, the thought of losing my dad. I fear the day that I'm beside him, crying next to his hospital bed. I don't know what regrets I'm gonna have, but I know that I love you cannot be said. Enough times, yeah, I know I told him I've loved him so many times. And I dread the I love you that could be the final time. I already don't like goodbyes, yeah, I don't like goodbyes. I hate goodbyes. Like the ones that I have to say to my love, Caroline, even when I know I'm gonna see her in 2 to 3 weeks' time. Yeah, I hate goodbyes, yeah, I hate goodbyes. I even hated saying goodbye to that little angry face cat with those hungry black eyes. Then it was 1 a.m. and I thought, hey, damn it if it's not Muhammad Ali's birthday. January 17th, right up the street from my home is where he avenged his loss to Leon Spinks at the Superdome. Then I watched Fazili Remy throwing bombs at Junior Maximin on my television set, filmed in Africa. Remy did well but lost his title to Junior Maximin. Then I read a little bit more about the working boy, Ignatius. And his obsession to improve social injustices at his place of work, Levy Pens. I relate to Ignatius' obsessiveness. Some might call this a song, some might call it a rant. But people who call you crazy for being focused and getting your art projects done, they're just jealous of your genius, and they're all part of the confederacy of dunces. Some eat popcorn to the downfall of TV celebrities. If that's what you choose to luxuriate in, that's your soap opera, baby, not me. Then I put the book down, thinking my limbo in New Orleans has ended. It's time to get back home and play a benefit concert and face my 2017 expenses. Woke up this morning and dust and vacuum and roll up my old engine rug. That's the most expensive thing in my home, and I don't want to be destroyed by no Gulf Coast flood. Then I walked out in the street and I said, fuck, hey, what do you know? Right below that palm tree on Martin Luther King Street, there's a patch of snow. Patches of snow all up and down the trolley line. I called my girlfriend, I said, is my flight leaving? She said, yeah, I looked it up, it's leaving on time. I'm on United Airlines C2D. A middle-aged man is in a sweatsuit playing video games like a little kid beside me. And I'm reading more about Ignatius. He's at work holding up a banner and building crosses, and people are thinking he's nuts. I like reading about the life and times of the working boy Ignatius. Just close the book right now because I'm tired on chapter 7. And here's where the words from my new album have just ended. January 17, 2018. United Airlines C2D. Can't wait to see you, baby. Can't wait to see you, baby. Thank you. Just went downtown and got a blood test. Out of my country house, there's a rat's nest between the ceiling and the roof, and it's a nuisance. I'm gonna lay down now, cause all this stuff causes me stress. Some people like to have their thirst quenched after eating garlic naan and tandoori chicken breast. Some women want marriage in a white wedding dress. Some women are happy with a pearl necklace and are very, very, very low maintenance. Each has a right to their own preference as to which one of these pictures is more picturesque. What's glamorous to you, another may detest. What you find appealing, another may find grotesque. Some girls like guys who wear pleated pants and suit vests. Some guys like girls who wear push-up bras and fishnets. Some girls flirt with guys who play baseball for the New York Mets. Some guys flirt with girls who work at shoe store outlets. Some people in this world live in high-rise apartments, while others are sleeping in alleys in their own vomit and piss. Some guys in this world are honorable Vietnam vets, while other guys are on America's Most Wanted list. This is where I draw the line and I get fucking pissed. A girl hangs herself when a photo of her molested body gets posted by a high school student. Now hear this, y'all, Facebook hosted this. And you support Facebook? I don't, but that's your own fucking business. Some people have different objects on the back of their toilets. Have a toothbrush maybe, and some hand soap, or a tube of Crest. Some people have a copy of Gidgen's Bible, or the Reader's Digest. Some have a bottle of castor oil, and each day one spoonful they ingest. didn't know you liked me like this. Did that line I sing offend you, Missy Miss? Well, don't blame me, I stole it from Adam Sandler from his Saturday Night Live skit. Some people wake up to a Twitter mess. Some old guys like me wake up to a lot of emails sent to their email address. Some people wake up to a smartphone full of texts. If you play guitar in a pretty cool band, well, a few of those texts are probably sex. Some things I say are very serious. Some things I say are totally unjust. Do I like my catfish po' boy dry or extra dressed? If you don't know the answer to that, then you flunked the I know everything about Mark Kozelek test. Everybody in this world is on their own quest. People are Scientologists, some people are agnostic, and some are atheists. Myself, I'm none of the above. I'm a guitarist, I'm a singer, I'm a lyricist. Some people in this world are militant feminine. Some people in this world are white supremacists. Some people in this world are anarchists, while other people in this world are unfortunately male chauvinists. Some people believe in Bigfoot, the abominable snowman in the Loch Ness. Some people believe in O.J. Simpson and Michael Jackson's innocence. Some people believe the future of America is in the hands of a guy named Mike Pence. Some people believe that Christmas is the birthday of a man named Jesus. Some kids go to college and become a podiatrist. Some kids don't go to college at all and strive to become famous artists. Some kids go to college to become anesthesiologists. Some kids don't go to college or do go to college and they become successful novelists. Some people's favorite band is A Tribe Called Quest. Some people's favorite member of Kiss is actually Peter Criss. Some people's favorite John Denver album, like me, is his greatest hits. Some people can talk for hours and hours about sketches of Spain by Miles Davis. Some people are having a midlife crisis. Some people believe every headline they see on CNN and it makes them anxious. Some people are self-obsessed and they're called narcissists. Some people don't believe in themselves at all and consider their lives worthless. I don't believe in a lot, but I believe in this. There's too much hatred in this planet and it's not in our best interest to keep spreading it like wildfire or a cancerous cyst. It's oozing through the air like napalm mist. Let's show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Let's show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Come on, come on. Let's show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Let's show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Let's show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. Fuck hate culture, let's rise above. Let's come together and show each other love. I woke up in my bed today with not much to do. The summer smile shot me through the cracks between the curtains and windowsills. I woke up today. June, 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 June. I needed a plan, so I went to a store and I got a gift for you. Then I walked down through the streets of Chinatown, looked at the colorful fruits and vegetables. For a moment my heart was filled with happiness, forgot about my headaches and the inevitable of my belly aches. The gloomy thoughts that can grip me on days when I got nothing to do disappeared for just 1 minute. June, 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 June. Then I got to your house, the cat was sleeping at the top of my bed by the window. She looked at me with her serious face. I was out of breath, so I laid my head down on the pillow. The top of my head against her softness. The room was filled with California sun. Your cat went back to sleep peacefully. If there's a second life, I hope to come back as one. For 5 minutes I meditated on what it could possibly mean to be a cat. They live for the day that they are easily loved and they easily give love back. My guess is they don't know that the end of their lives will inevitably come. They live to drink water, to eat food, to be loved, and to sleep in the sun. Myself back up the hill, got an iced tea at Trieste, went to Molinar's where I was tempted by my usual. But my willpower won, so got a quarter-pound prosciutto de Parma. I jumped into a taxi, stopped for some celery sticks, and picked up my laundry. Muted softly by the shades. Through the shades, the sky looks pigskin pink. Now she's picking me up and we're going out to the mountain house. Now she's picking me up and we're going out to my mountain house. Now she's picking me up and we're going out to my mountain house. Now she's picking me up and we're going out to my mountain house. Now she's picking me up and we're going out to the mountain house. Now she's picking me up. picking me up. We're going out to the mountain house. Now she's picking me up. And we're going out to the mountain house. Now she's picking me up. And we're going out to the mountain house. Now she's picking me up. And we're going out to the mountain house. Now she's picking me up. And we're going out to my mountain house. Now she's picking me up. And we're going out to the. Now she's picking me up. And we're going out to the. Now she's picking me up. And we're going out to my mountain house. Now she's picking me up. And we're going out to my mountain house. Now she's picking me up. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you.